No, it hasn't started yet. Or maybe it has. Yes, it started. David is powdering his buttocks. He's actually apparently getting a bite to eat, which is fascinating. I'm assuming it's not a 3-course meal. Roast turkey or something. Only partially cooked. So he'll be here in a minute. Providing I send him the right link. No, I'm sure of it. I'm sure he'll be here. And David has a new book. Which is not what you might be expecting. Yes. Not the type of book that you might be expecting. Well, originally, in fact, we were going to talk about something else. A good little story he has, which I'll get him to relate anyways at some point. But he's very excited about this new book, so we must discuss that. And considering the nature of it and the departure of it, the levels of departure, you're not going to be expecting this. So, I mean, it'll be good. I don't know how long he'll be. Perhaps I'll play you a little tune. You like that? Yeah, the book is called Silver Acre, Silver Birches. It's called Silver something. Silver Terrace. And I won't give it away till he gets here. But he did have a good story that I want to get out, squeeze out of him as well. I'm going to squeeze his lemon until the juice runs down his leg. About an arto he was dating when he was young, and what a pretentious bitch she was with her clove cigarettes and her silly shit. And there was a whole excellent discussion that we'll get into about high and lowbrow art, yes. But he had a great little story about seeing this bitch. Hold on, I'm getting all kinds of messages here. What's going on? What's going on? Nothing. It's okay. Yeah, so we'll talk about high and lowbrow art as well as his new book. So, yeah, Silver Terrace. I think Silver Terrace, yeah. And I haven't had a chance to read it, but it's you'll see. But in the meantime, what can I tell you? I mean, I want to talk about this. Isn't going to be a stream about the war or any of that shit, even though it seeps into our life at every level. Kind of hard to avoid, isn't it? I mean, every day, every minute, some new shocking statement or thing happens, and there's just no avoiding it. I was talking to somebody before I came on, and who was lamenting how they can't just feel normal. They can't have a normal social media experience because everyone's ranting about this and that, and people are getting suppressed for this and that. Oh, that reminds me, I think I'm quite badly repressed on X at the moment. A little bit. If only I would be against the Muslims and not against our special allies, things would be so much easier for me. But it's not the case. I should just keep my mouth shut because it probably doesn't help. What am I going to change the world? Trump is going to read my tweet and change his mind about everything. Like, holy fuck. It's probably possible. I've been ripped off so many times. But how's that for arrogance? It's probably possible. What am I talking shit for like that? But yeah, the war is seeping into everything. This person was lamenting that they can't have a normal experience, and how should they conduct themselves because they keep kind of flipping out and calling everyone a bunch of gaylords and fuck you, and everyone's fighting. But like, just there's no avoiding it. Like, it seeps into everything. I mean, it's a very dramatic thing. It's really the end of the system, one way or the other. I think the end of the system as we've known it, the system that ossified into place in around 2005, 2010. The Friends scenario where it's like Taylor Swift forever. And hold on, just make me sure he doesn't think it's like an hour from now, because I've screwed up the time zone shit before. What time is it? No, it's 9:05. I think he knows. I think he knows. I said it. Hey, it's live. But what was I saying? The fuck was I talking about there? Oh yes, the ossified culture, the undying episode of Friends. That was the last man that they finally developed. It was, I don't know, one of those guys from Friends. Maybe not Joey, because he was still kind of like a real guy. You know what I've been watching lately that I did not see in the day? I did see it at first, but I didn't see the rest. Was The Sopranos. I've been enjoying that. I think I'm at the end of season 2. Season 1, beginning of season 2 was getting kind of boring and silly, but definitely good. And like this is the kind of thing that you used to be able to have on such a program. Just random pointless racism. There's one scene I still don't see how it fits into any other part of the story, or one of the Italian guys gets this randomly carjacked with his family by some blacks, and it just culminates. It's like a little 2-minute vignette in the program, and it just for it to culminate in him saying the N-word, fucking N-word, and there's no other point to it, and it doesn't even. It's not part of the story at all. I'm just amazed by that. The excellence of that, and generally speaking, I guess you never know with these things. Like Tony is meant to be just this grunt. He's kind of reminds me of Dave, really, if you think about it. No, he's got that Italian kind of, hey, fucking Goomba, greasy ball shit. But he's right down to there's no messing around. He's down to the bottom tier of reality in any given moment. The constant power struggle, and is quite hilarious about it, and you have to admire that. But I never did see it. Only parts of it. So I just saw the one where Polly, everyone's favorite Polly, calls them fucking. He's at the psychic and tells him he's being followed by ghosts, and he goes, "Fucking queers," and he throws the chair. It's such a brilliant scene. So much good shit in that, just for to see men behave, and they even managed in that to throw in the whole Catholic moral quandary of being these assassins and killing people, and yet they're Catholics, which is also interesting. I often think about that. I always think of it, especially with mafias, Irish or Italian. they're similar in their own ways, where they see Catholicism as they're very pagan about it. Really, it's like the ritual, and it's your religion and your identity, and you follow it. But they don't really sweat it if they have to kill somebody, or as long as you're not gay or something. That's the main thing, and that's really how it should be. I'm getting used again. I mean, in fact, no, it wasn't Sopranos. Something else was on there. Oh, the wife had something on, and then two men started kissing. Even just for a second, I was like, turn this fucking shit off right now. Some British show. Like, not even like they were only giving themselves a little peck. But I think actually my son was in the room. I was like, get this. Like, they surprise you with this shit. You don't expect it. I was like, whoa, men are kissing. It's like, no. I don't want to see that shit for any reason. There's no occasion when that's okay for me to see. I know that sounds harsh to modern ears, but does he think it's an hour from now? I wonder. Could be. What time is it? 9. Pretty sure I said 5 Eastern Standard Time. What time is it Eastern Standard Time? Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Current time EST is 5, 10 past 5. Pretty sure we said 5. Shit, did I say 6? Holy fuck. Let me see. What a cock around that would be. Oh, God. No, I said 9 p.m. my time. And I left that for him to figure out. Oh, so shit, I hope he knows. Because it changes. He doesn't know it changes. It's usually 5 hours, but it's 4 hours at the moment. Oh, Jesus. It could be that. It could be that. What do I do in that case? I'm not going to sit here and talk for an hour about it. Well, he's bound to see one of those messages any minute now. Within 10 minutes or so, he'll see that and he'll come on. I'm sure of it. So, anyways, I'll talk about something else. I won't talk about Silver fucking Terrace. Hello, evening, everybody. Hello. Yeah, sorry, Dave is not here. At least it's not my fault strictly. It's up to him to check those time zones. It's my fault for being in an awkward time zone, that's for sure. It always is. I mean, for me, it's 9 o'clock. For most of you, it's probably fucking 5 or some incredibly awkward time. What can I say? What can be done? The only place I can even do these is out in the shed, so, which is good. But yes. What should I talk about in the absence of Mr. Smartel? What do you think, boys? We talk about the war again, but I don't really want to. I'm ignoring it for the moment. It does seem like the system is going to crash finally. Well, all these events are going to crash it. We're all going to get the jump and the pinch, and we're all going to be suffering a little bit here, which is good. Because rich and poor, it's certainly going to wake up people to a lot of their luxury beliefs. Oh, there he is. Also, all this time, he was just fucking intentionally being fashionably late, son of a bitch.
Hey, how we doing? Yo, I'm sorry, bud.
What's going on?
I had to rush. I had to grab a shower quick and grab something to eat, and freaking, I've just been busy today. I'm sorry, bud.
That's all right. So, I was rambling about bullshit, and I'll stop. But I was saying, I said there was a twofold thing going on here, where originally we were talking about high and low art, and you had this excellent story experience about fucking, what was it? Cool FM or something, or what was it?
Oh, yeah, Love FM.
Love FM. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that after. We can talk about, or do you want to talk about that first, or your book first? Because I mentioned your book too. That you got this book.
Oh, yeah, whichever you want.
Well, get the book. Let's get the book out of the way, and we'll talk about it again at the end. How about that? Because you want to push the book, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's too bad you don't have, because I don't have anything prepared to like show the cover or anything. And I didn't expect you to have the camera off, or if you want to show it. I don't have like.
Let me see if there's a way.
Fancy special effects. Or you can you get it up on yours somehow? I don't know.
I'm gonna try. Let's see. Image file.
All I said is you have a surprising genre of book.
Right there. You can bring it up.
Oh, where? What? How? Oh, shit. Right. Okay. Yeah.
For something completely different from the Bizarre Archives. Yup.
Silver Lake Terrace. Lake Terrace.
Yup. It's a romance novel, sort of. So let me tell you guys real quick. I was I think it was in the Bizarre Archives chat. Some months back. I can't remember when. I don't remember time. There's a lady, one of the Bizarre Archives maidens, left me a very nice reply, a very kind reply about one of my books, and she very much enjoyed my stories, and she said some very kind things. And she said, "How about you write a romance novel for the ladies?" Well, yeah. The Bizarrebarians found this to be hilarious, this concept to be hilarious. So they went on to then write excerpts of what said romance novel would sound like. And it was all manner of cosmic horror, body horror, terror, tentacles emerging from the earth and tearing human beings asunder. Like there's all, what they thought that and I was like, I bet I could write one. And they thought it was funny. So I took it as a challenge. So I started writing what was going to be a romance novel, and it started to take a life of its own. And I ended up writing a woman's fiction kind of slice of life pop drama, a millennial pop drama. Yup.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Woman's fiction. Slice of life. Nice.
Slice of life. Yep.
It's like Degrassi Junior High with sex. It's what's the age group? It's full on adult or what?
Yeah, I mean, there's intimate scenes in the book, and there's some vulgar language, and it deals with some adult topics. In fact, I'll give you guys the rundown. It's you guys look at the cover. It's got like the 90s Memphis design cover. It's very nostalgic. It's very 90s, very late 80s in the vibe.
Yeah.
It's not set during that time, but it's a very nostalgic book. It's effectively a novel for aging millennial women who are miserable with girl bossing and hate it and want a trad wife glow up power fantasy. So
Right.
it's about a lady named Katie Sinclair who's about to turn 30. She's 29 years old, and she had a douchebag soy boy ex-boyfriend that wasted her time for 11 years and dumped her for a younger woman. And so she moves into this new apartment building called Silver Lake Terrace. Well,
Right.
and she's got she's there and she's all mopey and like miserable about it. And she's got a best female friend named Holly Cipriani.
Oh,
Yeah. And they, have to, and she just got out of a relationship thing, and she's trying to not navigate the modern dating scene. Well, unbeknownst to Miss Katie Sinclair, there's a hunky single dad 2 doors down with a checkered past that comes splashing into her life with he has a beautiful little 4-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
This is gonna melt the ladies. I'm telling you guys.
Keep talking.
Yeah. So what happens
I believe it. Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, they go on and they go on to have a transformative summer, and the central thing is romance. However, it is more than that. It is a story about people. It's about friendship. It's about family. It's about grief and addiction, drug addiction. It talks about the plight of the opioid epidemic of the white working class in Pennsylvania. It touches on some pretty heavy stuff. It's not just a girly, silly whatever. Folks are gonna like this. It's I think so.
Oh, I'm sorry, just playing music to your monologue of it. I was trying to find appropriate music. I accidentally got a bit gothic and stupid. But that sounds excellent. I like the part about the plucky guy that moves in. You got the whole thing covered. Yeah.
Yup.
So
go ahead.
No. Okay. So what are the sexual parts? Or maybe.
All right. So
how explicit are we talking here?
It's tasteful. I think it's tasteful. It's meant to be kind of wholesome. It's like,
right. Okay.
Yeah, they curse and swear, and there's baby mama drama and overdoses and people dying of cancer, and it's a drama fest. There's the one character has an absolute witch junkie slut ex-girlfriend that's just the worst baby mama you can imagine.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, white trash circus shit, right? Yeah, it's it has all of that in there, and it's but I think I address these things. People that have like one of the guys is a widower. One of the main characters lost his brother and his dad to drugs. Like it's there's some heavy stuff in there, but it's it's a lot of the dialogue I wrote to be it's very East Coast. There's a lot of banter, and I think I did a pretty good job writing some funny dialogue. There's some characters in there. One of the characters' name is Paul Viazzi. He's
so it's very Italian, is it?
There's 2 big Italian characters in it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's set where I'm from, so there's going to be Italian.
I was just talking about the fucking Sopranos there before you came on. That's funny because I've just been watching it.
Well, this book actually references Sopranos quite a bit. The character, that's one of the things that the characters bond over is that they love Sopranos.
I never saw it until I'm only really watching it now. It's amazing. I love it.
One of the best, probably I would say the best show ever made.
Well, I would say Twin Peaks is, but you still haven't watched that probably, did you? Or did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, Jesus. But it is one of the best. Yeah, I would say Twin Peaks. That I really like the original Rome HBO series too. You ever see that?
I loved it, except for the ending.
How did it end? What happened at the end? I don't remember.
It was just the last 2 or 3 episodes got rushed because the show got canceled. And
that was
it was
And they
The
changed
second,
the actor. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, the second season was a little bit shaky, but overall, I loved Rome. Excellent
yeah.
series.
Anyway, so this is sort of like that, like Sopranos-ish in that sense. That whole,
Um,
that part of the world you're from. Anyways, like it.
yeah, it's not as
Not that there's
Italian.
gangsters. I'm not saying there's gangsters or anything. But
No. But there's like there's an Italian family. There's like a couple Italian characters. Um, there's a lot of Pennsylvania Dutch references. A lot of
ah,
folks,
is there polka? Is there polka?
there's no polka, but they bond over eating hoagies. They have shoe fly pie. They drink birch beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
There's PA stuff. There's a scene where they go up to the mountains, and they meet a guy up there who's like old Connie, Pennsylvania, and his accents really shines through. So I'm like Lovecraft, where everything I write everything he wrote was in Rhode Island, right, or New England. He loved it. That's how I am. I love my region. I think it's very culturally special and very culturally unique, and it's a region that people don't really know about or read about. When everybody thinks about America, they think about New York City or Texas or something like that. They don't really think of PA as like a deep cultural place. So that's why I bring it up, because it's one of the oldest places in America, has some of the deepest culture and some of the deepest cuisine and all of that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I put that in there. There's
yeah.
so people that are from East Coast America are gonna like it, and people that are not even from America, if they read it and they're gonna I worked really hard to make this novel feel lived in and feel regional and feel timeless too. Like
You
I
have to
never
make it feel real. Yeah, it has to be from a place. Yeah,
yeah.
give it the reality of the characters. Yeah, so that's that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
So that's great. I'm sure it's good. So the whole inspiration was that some people posting in your Telegram, was it?
Yeah,
That was
some buddies were they weren't like being rude or nothing. They were just being, they were just shit posting, being funny. And I was like, you know what? I bet I could write that. So I tried it and I did. And it's 562 pages. It's a big novel. 20 chapters.
So it's a lot.
Yeah,
Is it
560 pages.
It's like fucking Dune or something.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. Jesus Christ. So there's a lot of ups and downs in this thing, I take it. There's a lot of because something like this is all about the social intrigue, the fucking so and so was doing this now, and now we're friends. Now we're enemies. Now we're friends again. And all that kind of shit.
It's a little more, sorta. It doesn't really follow like a main narrative. It's like it's like almost like a soap. I wanted to write something that's kind of like a soap opera on TV, where there's like this arc and then this arc and then this arc is kind of like one after another, and there's like an ensemble cast of characters kind of observed through one person. And I wrote from the point of view of Katie, the main character, so a woman. So
what was that like?
I mean, I have a daughter, I have a wife,
so do I. I have those things, and I still don't know what the fuck they think. Like, ultimately, in terms of in a romantic. Well, I kind of do now. I do sort of now. I actually have a better understanding now than I ever did. You're right, but go on. So you felt confident about that, anyways. You weren't you didn't stress that part, or did you? Being a man, having to, if the main character is a woman.
So I wanted to kind of subvert some things when I did this, some genre mainstream romance tropes that I think are disgusting and suck.
Oh, like what?
Well, firstly, when I made the cover for this, I didn't realize this because I don't know anything about this genre. I've never read a romance novel. I don't know anything about this genre. I just kind of made it up. I just did whatever I thought would be good.
That's
and
funny.
So I went online. I looked at romance covers.
As if we would have read a romance. When would any of us have read a fucking romance novel? That's right. But anyways,
the only men that have read romance novels are guys that like do editing for whatever, and guys that have been to prison.
Why would even a prisoner do it? I mean, why do that?
Because
I mean, not to say that this is obviously for chicks. Like if men, like men will read it, some men will read it just because it's you.
Yeah.
In a normal scenario, if they saw this on the racks, no man's gonna, no man our age, anyways, is gonna be like, hey, and that. I'm not trying to say something.
Yeah. So well, what happens in prison is they kind of just get whatever box of crap that gets donated to the prison.
Correct.
And most of the crap that gets printed nowadays are romance novels. So that's what they get. And they don't get any of the they're not allowed to have ones with sex in them. So they get stuck with these like big doorstopper, like, Fabio on the cover type books.
So Jesus, the torture of prison is even worse than ever because of the New York Times bestseller list is all this chick lit shit. So it's even more horrific than ever to be in prison.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Holy shit. Well, at least they can get your book and have it written by a man.
Yeah.
Get their chick lit romance by a man.
Yeah. But so when I was designing the cover, I went Google. I was like, romance cover novels, right? And I was like, I don't even know who writes that. My wife's like Jane Austen, and I was like, I don't even know who that is, right?
You don't know Jane Austen? Even I know that. You've seen it on TV. Oh, the fucking what's the one? What's the famous one? Mr. Darcy and all that shit. You never saw
heard that? No.
Oh, come on. You've seen the movie, or you've heard of it?
No, this is the first time I heard of that. But
okay. Well, look. Okay, go. Sorry. Yeah, go on.
So from Jane Austen, my wife said Little Women, and I've heard that before, but I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, I sat through a play of Little Women before. It's just women. It's just women. Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway. So I've never heard. Yeah, guys in the chat are saying Pride and Prejudice. I've heard of that. I just never read it. That doesn't sound like something I would read.
Pride and Prejudice. Is that what it's called? What's the one with Mr. Darcy? Is that Pride and Prejudice? Because I've had to see the shit because my wife makes me watch it, and like it's not bad. It wouldn't be it's not bad. It is. It's just, but it's like probably what you've written. It's just like relationships, romance relationships, and who's going to end up with who, kind of thing, right? Basically, is what it is. Just except they're Victorians and they're incredibly wealthy. In England. No,
I would say mine's a little bit more like a TV. It's not a romance novel. This is where I'm getting at with my rambling here. Is that when I designed my first cover, I looked up romance covers, and I was like, okay, a guy and a lady clinched, hugging each other. So I did that, and I sent it around to all my lady friends that are on all the culture moms out there, and I was like, yo, what do you think about this? And all of them were universally repulsed. So I was like,
hold on. Repulsed by what? Sorry, I missed that part.
The cover that I came up with.
What was it?
Right. It was like a traditional romance cover, and they're like, I don't read romance.
Like a Fabio fucking.
Yeah, like a guy and a girl hugging each other, getting ready to smooch or something like that, right? Like a intense scene of affection, and they're like, well, I don't read books like this. All of them said that, and I dug a little bit more. Turns out that kind of the ladies that would like my book, are like the type of ladies that would feel embarrassed to have like a genre romance novel in their hands in public. Right. So,
right.
Yeah.
Because the type of ladies that follow you anyways would be into the horror and stuff, right?
Yeah. They like the horror. They like sci-fi. They like the stuff that we do. Right. But, they're still ladies and they still like women's literature. And you know what? I came to this conclusion is we are on this side of the epistemic divide. We live here now. Our communities, our cliques, whatever the spheres, whatever these are, our women are in this too, like our girlfriends, wives, or whatever. We want them reading positive stuff that comes out of our stuff. Also, women read much more than men do. It's not even a competition, right? It's not.
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
I can tell you stories.
Yeah.
Like my wife is always on about me not reading so much lately. And lately I just haven't had time. I'm either writing my own books or I'm just going to sleep or whatever. So I haven't been reading so much, and she's constantly reading this stuff, but she's basically reads chick lit, just like you just said a moment ago. She reads chick lit of a certain type, and she doesn't realize or doesn't think she's reading chick lit. She loves stuff to do with the Near East, like Georgia and fucking Azerbaijan. And she was reading all these books. She was reading one, even I think it was just last night. And she's like amazed about it referencing the fucking, what's his name? Marco Polo, The Travels of Marco Polo, in which there's a book about I think he wrote himself about his own travels.
Yeah.
He just kept referencing that in the book. And this is so amazing. You should read this book. I'm like, if I would read the book by Marco Polo and be done with it. And that would be it. And why don't you read that? And she was like, no, I can't. I'm not going to read that. And then she got offended by the fact I told her she was reading chick lit, basically like a, you know, it's a package because you look at the cover even. I forget what it's called. It's like, you know, whatever it is, Love in the East or something. I don't know. You know, it's very obviously a woman's book.
Yeah.
And they do read a lot. They do read a lot, but I don't believe they ingest a lot of quality information because they tend to go for, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but they don't like the direct, just like I just said, she will not read the direct information from fucking Marco Polo himself, but she will love some book that sort of distills it down for her somehow around a romance or whatever the fuck it is. So I don't get it, but
yeah, they will enjoy stuff like history and information through demonstration and metaphor, which
yes,
we can and do as well, but they really want it packaged like that. They don't really, you know, they don't want just plain information, you know, drip fed into their brain. That doesn't excite them.
Although I'm sure Marco Polo says it very romantically and interestingly as well. But you're right. Yes, they're probably scared. Yeah, they're scared to approach it. They think it's going to be too difficult to read somehow. But if they actually do, maybe it's a different story. I don't know.
And honestly, to their credit, like we're the only one. You know, we're really the only autists that do like that, right? Regular guys don't even like read. I can't. You know. Like,
they read. Yeah. They read something about some football coach or some fucking, you know, I don't know what.
Maybe.
What do they read?
Yeah, maybe they might read that, or they might
the autobiography of Colin Powell, or
yeah. If they're old, if a young guy's reading, it's like, you know, the 12 tips to the fucking hustler lifestyle, or fucking some, you know, retarded shit written by some mulatto pimp scumbag.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Ever since I read in succession Spengler's Decline of the West, and then Evola's Decline of the West, and then Evola's Revolt Against the Modern World. And ever since that, I was like, holy shit! Like, this has summarized all the other shit I was reading before quite amazingly. And it's not to say that I have read everything and that's the end of it, because I do. There's many books I like to read as well, but I don't know. I remember ever since that moment, and whenever she tries to berate me for not reading lately, I'm like, I give her a list of the books I've read, fucking from Plutarch to the Annals of Caesar, and all the shit she's not read, and all this stuff. And I just think, like, well, you know, why you're bitching at me for not reading your shitty chick lit? That's got nothing. It's not going to improve me in any fucking fashion. So is your book then, would you call it 80s 90s nostalgia in that sense, that you're or at least reliving the world of then? Because I don't see any fucking LGBTQ diversity on the cover, you know.
No, actually, there's zero diversity and zero homosexuals in the book at all. Yeah, you know, because
that's the criteria. That's the whole reason we make we do the books, is just to cut that part out.
There was, you know, where I grew up, there was like one black kid in my whole school, and we used to beat up the emo kids. Yeah, we used to just like beat kids up for having nail polish.
I'm older than you. Then kids wouldn't have had nail polish, but there was one Indian kid and one mulatto kid. I was actually friends with both of them, but the Indian kid, curiously, we called the N-word. Like, that was his name, and he loved it. He laughed. He was like, "Yeah, ha." He, like, there was no problem. Like, as a joke, we would call him that. It wasn't. That was his name. And the mulatto guy, we didn't call him that, but he was. I was buddies with him. He was but he was insane. He was insane. He was. Like, I'll tell you this. Last time I heard from him, he'd. I don't know what the fuck. Someone said he had one of his eyes had gone white or something, and he claimed to have been struck by lightning while taking a photograph. But he was also notorious for kind of like wearing funny costumes, and he used to wear fake beards. Crazy shit. But anyways, I want to sidetrack things with this bullshit. But he was a powerful athlete. Not surprisingly, he was a champion skier.
What, the Indian?
The mulatto. The Indian was fucking useless. He was.
I was gonna say those guys. Yeah.
No, the Indian was whatever. I mean, nice kid. He was fine, but whatever. Sorry, I totally sidetracked things with that bullshit. But it's not okay. So what's the year this takes place? Silver Lake Terrace.
It doesn't. I don't say what year. It doesn't mention.
Oh,
I kind of wanted to feel like you don't. It kind of sits between eras. It. I mean, they have smartphones. They text each other. They, you know, there's modern technology in it, but also they're listening. They're making references to like 80s songs and 90s songs, and they're talking about movies. But what I was gonna say before, I made this isn't really it's I call it a like a life pulp or maybe a millennial pop drama because it's not really a romance. It's something more like, I don't know, what's a TV show that was full of stuff like that. I don't know. I don't watch that TV either. But
what are you thinking of? Like what show?
I don't
Degrassi
know.
Junior High. What are you talking about?
I've never seen that, so I don't know.
Oh, you know when I was a kid, but I never really. Wouldn't be my cup of tea. I remember sort of seeing it. What would be a show that would be on that would be like this? Obviously, there's that. What's that? 9/11 something or other? Beverly Hills 90210. Remember that?
Maybe, or like what was that? Saved by the Bell. Yeah, I don't know. I made that. That's a little bit more.
That was comedy. That was straight up comedy, right? It was supposed to be. It was not funny, but it was comedy.
Yeah,
with the chick that went on to that stripper show with the guy from Dune. Ever see that? What was that show? Oh, the Verhoeven guy, that director from the 80s.
Yeah, the RoboCop guy.
Yeah. What's the show we made about strippers? And it was the girl from Saved by the Bell, and she was grown up. And she was naked through the whole thing.
Illuminati as friends.
Kyle MacLachlan was in it. Oh, I don't remember. It was a shitty fucking movie. It was ridiculous. Like ridiculous.
Wait,
I'd like to watch it again, actually.
Was that Pretty Woman?
No. No, Pretty Woman. It's better than fucking Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman is a woman's movie.
What a piece of shit.
It is a piece of shit, yeah. But I mean, there's woman stuff that was always kind of good. Even let's say, like I never saw the 90210, but some of the I remember that everyone said that Degrassi was good, and soap opera type stuff. This is what harkens back to it's that genre a little bit, right?
Yeah,
soap
a little bit.
Soap opera, it's relationships. It's all relationships, and
it's about it's about people that are from small town in rural Pennsylvania, and kind of them trying to rebuild their lives and drift into becoming more traditional after getting like chewed up and spit out by modernity. It's pretty much like I said, it's a girl boss to trad wife glow up. She meets a guy, like remembers that she wants to have a kid, just like becomes more traditional, thinks about her mom and her dad, and like all the dads are good guys, all the moms are good guys. It shows like it's about
there's no like major bad guy evil thing, is there? Or what?
Yeah, but they're all like soy boys and like NPC corpo HR ladies and shit. Like there's not
nice. Nice. Yeah. Good call. Yeah. Good call. Excellent way to like avoid having any sort of homosexuals or non-white people.
Yeah.
But still have some bad guys. Yeah. Soy boys.
The only thing that is like, I guess, indicative of the LGB community is they call each other the FAG word a couple times.
Oh my god.
Yeah, one dude gets called that. So
oh my god, you might get canceled off fucking Amazon.
Good.
Well, good.
It says it in there twice, or 3 times or something like that.
Oh, you got to be able to say that. Jesus Christ, if they did that,
yeah, that would be nuts.
There's like there's big lefty books, Hunter S. Thompson and shit that say N word and F word, fucking fag and everything.
Yeah. So my book is it's what 105,000 words. That's like 2 or 3, 4 words out of that. They say artard a few times. They talk like they're like
artard. like adults, you mean? Jesus Christ. Like adults. Are we allowed to
I don't want to get your YouTube in trouble or nothing.
Well, I've been saying retard and gay and things for a while. I don't seem to be getting too much trouble.
Oh yeah, they call each other retards and shit. They say shit's retarded and
Yeah, I've been saying fag and stuff too. I don't know. I mean, the thing is fairly repressed one way or the other. I don't, there's probably not much. I don't planet. It's not going to like skyrocket into millions, no matter what. So, but I haven't felt any repercussions lately. At least I believe things have gotten a little bit lax in that regard.
Yeah.
Compared to how they were for what was it from 2014? Is that when it started? The real serious censorship, 2014 to like
Yeah.
quite recently. It was pretty bad.
I think
No?
the probably the worst censorship, in my opinion, started post-Trump. That was when I really started to feel it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like when like I got like Facebook. That's when Facebook started like shutting me down and everything.
Are you still using Twitter?
Sorta.
X or whatever. Sorta, yeah.
Yeah, I hate Twitter.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. And what about? So, do you have a Facebook for Bizarre Archives or no?
No. I one of my buddies, I put him in charge of a Facebook page. He was just like posting weird shit. So I think he's just like posted cryptic, weird. I don't know what he was saying. So I was like, yeah.
Okay, good. Yep.
Yeah,
hopefully he's not a pedo or something.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but yeah. So we're not really on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't get on Facebook.
And the Substack, Telegram are the main things. Is that right?
Yep, and I do have the Twitter. You can get at me on Twitter if folks want to, but it makes every time I open it and I scroll, it just makes me miserable. So I don't get on there. And everybody, I just don't like. I don't like the vibe of it. It's very it's individualist and very gay. I just hate Twitter. I hate the vibe of it. People on there think they're so smart, and I don't think they're that interesting. And they're like in this like sphere. I don't know. I just think it's gay and sucks and boring.
It works on me in precisely the way I think it's intended to, where I go on to get my bit of news because news seems to break on there before it breaks anywhere else. And either I get false news or I get real news, but either way I get completely gaslit into commenting and going crazy. And I mean that's what it's intended to do, I think. And I'm like, and I fucking go. I get completely incensed by that son of a bitch platform.
Yeah.
But, what can you do? I mean, that's what it's designed to do, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah. In closing, my book is guys. Also, I'm gonna need everybody's help because if the feminists catch wind of it, they are going to chimp. This is like a culture war grenade that's getting launched right into their fief, and they're going to have a fucking fit because it is so anti everything they hold dear, and it's not explicit or whatever. It's they're going to come after me. So I'm going to need everybody.
In what way is it anti what they hold dear, apart from not having gays and blacks?
Oh, well, it's about a young woman who decides to quit her job, get pregnant, get married, and like hate soy boys and like try to be like her mom. And, it's about, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like career suck. Like she's like, I'm going to quit my job and get knocked up and live happily ever after because work sucks and everything yeah.
All you have to do to go circumvent them, if you ever do another one, let's say, is give yourself a female author pen name, and then you'll be right amongst the ranks, probably.
Well, I don't care if they could come after me. That's not going to do nothing because I'm like, I'm already destitute and derelict already. What are they going to do? Take none of my money? What are they going to? What are they going to do? They can't do nothing.
What do you think is the hardest group to criticize? You think it's women or what?
Wait, what is that?
What's the hardest group to criticize? Like, what leads to the most personal trouble, anguish? Is it the women, or is it any of the other ones? I mean, besides the obvious, you don't have to talk about the fucking Jays or whatever. I mean, that's obviously trouble. But I think the feminists are because a lot of women cannot divorce when you begin to criticize feminism, it's so ingrained in them. They think you're criticizing them as women when you're just criticizing the feminism. And, a great deal of them still think, I don't know what they think, but to suggest the very important fact that they need to be mothers, etc., is still very hard to press upon them.
Yeah.
I find. But like, it's great that you are trying to do that through this backdoor way, and that is good. And that it's as long as you have the proper what they would consider sexual interest, there's something that captures a woman. I've noticed sexually, and once they're captured in that way, you can sell them anything. I think. I'm not sure what it is, but it's something. It's some kind of dominant scenario, like you saw with the milking the Minotaur thing, or with with Twilight. Remember Twilight?
Yeah.
Remember that really captured them because the guy was so strong. The vampire guy was so whatever it was, but it's it's usually something a bit cheesy to a man.
Yeah, that's like I did a few things in this book that purposely subvert and kind of mock those type of idealized romance genre tropes, like the idealized man, like the love interest, the male love interest in my story ends up kind of being the leader of their family unit. One, she has to kind of like slot into his family and become a stepmom in it. And also, it's like in those stories, the guy is, first of all, he's 6'3", he's got a 6-pack, he's got a freaking Mondo hog, he's secretly a billionaire. He finds some like the
Mondo hog.
He's like
secretly a billionaire. Yeah, a billionaire that doesn't. Yeah, secretly, but that's like Mr. Darcy and fucking. The reason in that that fancy Victorian novel that she falls in love with him in the end, she goes to his house and realizes how wealthy he is and his taste in fine art and shit, like expensive statues.
Yeah,
that's when she realizes he's the one.
Yeah. So my character, he's secretly a multi-thousandaire, and
not bad, yeah.
Yeah, he's he doesn't throw himself. He actually acts like a real man. He chimps sometimes. He yells at her sometimes. He tells her to shut the fuck up sometimes. They get into arguments. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking?" Like, he has man meltdowns. He has temper tantrums, right? And she goes, "Oh, please don't yell at me," right? Kind of shit, which is really what happens in real life, right? So I've made my characters very real, and I think that the type of women that actually I know, because I've had several female beta readers like it a lot, because, and this is very strange, that all of them universally said, they're like, do you know my husband or my boyfriend? They felt that I was like writing their husband or their boyfriend, and that's why they like the character so much. So yeah, that was yeah. So hey, I hope folks like it.
Hey.
It's yeah.
It's what? Finish? No, go on. No.
Oh no, I forgot. Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking of like the last episode of Sopranos I was watching. It basically ended with his wife had been pleading with him to get a vasectomy in case he impregnates one of his girlfriends.
His Gumars.
Yeah, his Gumars. And then it ended with like a kind of romantic scene where he agreed to get a vasectomy. Not that he agreed to fucking stop seeing them. And that was the big romance.
Yeah. She's like, Tony, like, okay. I think I want to have a baby. Meadows leaving for college.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I remember that. I'm a Sopranos guy.
So, I mean, that's great. I mean, great in a total fucking oh shit. How can one describe how things are and how they should be and everything else? I mean, who knows? But we only know what you and I are just people that railed against the art, the way that art changed, and the media and the art that we were presented with after the 2000 era, 2005, 2010.
Yeah.
And we thought, shit, this is no good. This is fucking garbage. And not everybody noticed. Like we said, all the normals, I just feel like normal people, like more and more, even still, kind of, when confronted with the absence of anything really challenging or valuable, or that we can get now into this conversation about high art and low art. I think we should, because this touches on what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
they weren't in any way challenged artistically. and they never really maybe your average normal maybe never fully got what it was about art, what makes it good and worthwhile, etc. And I feel like they've just retreated into conformism more and more, and more just become like left any expectation to get a movie or a book or anything that was like, give them. So even something like this, The Sopranos is like obviously a thing of a bygone age now. Like you never see that now on TV anywhere, right? And it's precisely those little bits we're saying. Like we were joking about Tony being an incredible misogynist and the random racism or whatever. But those little harsh bits of it are somehow what make it choice.
Yeah.
Right. So when you make it conformist and censor it, and you've taken the reality and the guts out of it and the joy out of it. And so, not that, I mean, the conversation is vast, because I would like, when we're talking about like high art and low art, you can compare, like, because there is such a thing as academic art. Let's say, like, if you think of Mozart, I know, like, I was listening to the conversation you said about this. Maybe you should, before I go any further, why don't you relate the story about this chick with her fucking clove cigarettes and all that bullshit? I love it, man. Let's hear the story.
Okay, so I knew a young lady back in the day. She was like one of those like artsy fartsy, had like shaved some of her hair and had it flipped over, and would wear fucking scarves in the summertime, and had the black like makeup around her eyeballs and too many piercings.
And the Doc Marten boots. Doc Marten boots, yes.
Yeah, the Doc Marten.
I had one too, just like that. The shaved side of the head. I remember this shit. Yeah, she was bisexual.
Yeah. Are we talking about the same girl? Yeah. Anyway, she's like one of those. She would smoke clove cigarettes, and she's completely just like a loveless ghoul, right? This just an unlovable ghoul, man eater. Had like this whole like line of slope shouldered little girl bodied manlets that were like her boyfriends that would swoon after her, and she would just completely eat them alive, right? And I don't know why she was trying to hang out with me. Like I was not, her type or whatever, but she liked me. Nothing really went anywhere with me or her. We would hang out, right? And this is one thing that she did that used to drive me nuts. She was like one of those people that never really laughed. She would go, or she'd go, hilarious. She just like say hilarious, right?
Okay, yeah.
That drives me nuts. People that this is the kind of creature she was.
Right.
Also, like, she's like 5'10", A cups, like just not for me.
A cups. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Yeah.
At least mine had fucking C cups or something like that.
Yeah,
we'll say that.
This lady was like, she never loved anybody in her whole flat chested life. She's a fucking ghoul, right?
Did you say she was riding a unicycle, or was I thinking of somebody else?
I think you're talking about somebody.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
never mind. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this girl. Okay, so I'm beating her up too much. She's like, I'm being a little mean.
If only it was just slightly, like Axl Rose level, you'd be all right.
My opinion of her is worse than what she really like. Like nowadays, like if you met her, you'd be like, oh, she's okay, she's fine. She's not whatever.
Nowadays, she'd be an old woman, probably, right? I saw the one I was thinking of that is reference to yours. I actually saw her on Facebook not that long ago, and she was fucking like an ancient woman, like a mummy, like living in the woods with her dog. Like, of course, she didn't have any kids or anything. Fucking useless bitch.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
But anyway, back in the day, those days, I was a headbanger. I had my denim shirt with the patches. My hair was down to my waist. Freaking old school high top sneakers. Fucking thrash. I was a thrash guy, right? But
yeah,
I love. I used to, as metalheads do, I used to love going to shows. And she was, and also to this girl's credit, she was a very talented painter. And she like played little woodwind instruments and played harmonica, and she was actually very good. She was actually pretty talented lady. But
that's sad, because it is usually art hoes are genuinely talented, like artsy people, and they go to art school, art chicks, and they turn into these creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because they generally do have some kind of something they were actually very good, extremely good at.
That's probably why I like, because she was very talented, and
Yeah,
she did know what she was talking about. Like, she would, get in her bag talking about various art stuff or history. She was pretty well versed on history when it was in relation to art. But she was part of this like dorky hipster fucking gay like little scene. Well, anyway, long story short, she knew that I like to go to shows, and she's like, "Would you like to come to one of my shows?" Not, it wasn't her show, but a show that I like to go to, whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll check it out." I didn't have a car and no money, and she picked me up and paid for everything. So she came and picked me up, and we went to the shows at a little coffee house 2 towns over, and it was like an open mic type thing, and absolutely full of hipsters. I stuck out like a sore thumb. It was
like an erect penis.
What's that?
Like an erect penis.
Yeah, I was like an erect penis walking into this place. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was like, "What the fuck? This place sucks."
A friend of mine used to say that. A friend of mine used to always say that if instead of a sore thumb, like I stood out like an erect penis.
Yeah.
He was also famous for saying once that he was in love with this chick, and he said, "I will crawl on 10 miles of broken glass to suck the dick of the last guy that fucked her."
Oh god.
I know, but he was the king of exaggeration. He wouldn't really do that.
You ever hear with one? I don't know where I heard this. Sticking out like a boner in sweatpants.
No, that's good though.
Yeah, it's sticking out like a
I
boner.
remember that happening to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was like a teenager.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't got enough meat to be standing out like that. Nobody notices.
Yeah. Oh, my same friend. Yeah, he was also famous for. What was his quote? We were watching that movie, fucking Angel Heart. You ever see that?
Nah.
Angel Heart with Mickey Rourke. Oh,
No.
You'd like it. That's a great movie. Robert De Niro plays Satan. Excellent movie. But there's a scene where this black guy gets killed because the killer cuts his dick off and chokes him with it, shoves it down his throat. And my friend goes, that would never work on me. My dick's too small. I'd barely swallow it.
I'd swallow it.
I mean, yeah, me too.
That's funny.
Can't kill me that way.
Sucker. So, what was I? Oh yeah. So the fucking art hoe, right? So she takes me to this coffee house open mic thing full of hipsters. I'm sticking out like a boner, and then like we're watching this, and it was like there was tons of like I felt like it went on forever. It was the weirdest, stupidest shit I've ever seen. There's like one where some dude was like wearing a bunch of there's a bunch of rags that he sewed together, wore it over his head, and he read this like really gay like slam poetry while these girls did interpretive dance. It was like that, and there's like this other guy that was like did that. The one thing that drives me nuts is where, first of all, I don't really like acoustic guitar players, singer songwriters. I think they suck, and that's like lesbian music. But this guy was the type of genre, the guys that like do percussion on their acoustic guitars and treat it like a fucking bongo. That drives me nuts.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it. And then one of them was this stomp clap hey ensemble with some fat douchebag with a stand-up drum kit and some freaking frizzy-haired idiot like that did spoken word with like urban slang mixed in. It was like the stupidest shit. I just hate it. Was like the worst garbage, right? And every single one, the hipsters stood up and gave them standing ovations, right? Like it was the most brilliant shit they ever heard.
That's the worst.
Oh my god. The one was there's this lady that went up and had like 3 art pieces and talked about them for like 40 minutes.
Oh Jesus, stop it. It reminds me of like, let me just interject quickly. It reminds me, my cousin here, when I first who was an art hoe of her own sort, I guess, took me to this gig, and it was this American crowd, and it was like 2 white women and a black woman mixing hip hop and opera together. So there's like an opera singing woman and a hip hop woman and a third woman that would beatbox. and they were all wearing like princess dresses on the stage, and it was the awful shit I've ever seen. I was so horrified to have to sit there. I was with my cousins. I was like, oh yeah, great. But it reminds me of that. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it was like that. There was one with some fucking idiot with a didgeridoo. It was just like the gayest shit you could imagine, right? Like everybody listening would
It was a mix
like,
of all the circus freaks, every worst possible hipster shit you could have at once.
Yeah, and
like,
there was like they all gave standing ovations, and there's this one guy that went up. I'm sure everybody has seen this type of act. He played bass. He had like a big synthesizer set up with pedals and everything. He had this kind of like wacky, like two-piece, like Adidas tracksuit with like some zany pattern on it, big crazy sunglasses. He was silly, right? He was a little overweight.
He was silly.
He was silly, right? He goes up there. Everybody laughed at him, which, you know, I think he's kind of going for. And he goes on to play this kind of like synthy dance, Italo disco funk kind of stuff. Like if Parliament Funkadelic got mixed with like, I don't know, some kind of 80s synth shit. I don't know. It was, but it wasn't. He was entertaining, right? He was entertaining.
That's not the Parliament is not a band I would have thought of for like, I don't know, 15 years. Parliament, yeah. Shit.
Yeah, Parliament Funkadelic.
I haven't heard that name for so long. Yeah, Parliament.
Yeah, Dog. Yeah,
yeah, they were good in their way. Yeah, you have to give them credit. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I like P Funk. I fuck with P Funk. Anyway, he plays, you know, he's got he wasn't the greatest bass player, but he had, you know, a mid funk bass player when he gets into like he gets into like the slap shit. It just sounds good, right? It just I don't care who you are, you hear that shit, it's just dope, right? So I'm listening, and he's got some catchy songs. His songs are pretty funny. Like he's got like one, he had one line in one song. I remember this. It was something like, I borrowed from Peter to pay Paul, but nobody's getting paid because I kept it all. It's all about how he keeps borrowing money from everybody.
You remember his rhymes? They were so good. Yeah.
Yeah. It was catchy, right? It was like, he had some song about how some, you know, this girl's like, keeps cheating on him, but keeps going back because it's so good. Like it was like shit like that, right? He was just he had a little bit of like a ZZ Top kind of flavor. It's like self-deprecating kind of, right?
Yeah.
But he had this one song, and it was, I swear, if it came out in the 80s, it would be like a radio hit. It was really a banger, right? It was like, take it to love, tune into the station. Love FM, right? In the talk box and everything. It's called Love FM. This guy, right?
Yeah, Love FM. That was it. Yeah,
Love FM. And it was, and then it was done. He was over. He played 5, 6, 7 songs or something. I can't remember how many songs. And I was like, I was grooving. I liked it. I was good. The whole time he's playing, they're like giggling at him, like whispering, like making fun of him, acting like they're embarrassed for him.
Hipsters. No, they don't like anything genuine like that. Yeah, it's too,
they act, and I was pissed, so I started like, like I fucking made it a point to be obnoxious about it and, you know, clap for him, right? Because there was like,
biggest fan, Love FM.
Love FM. Yo, fucking, you guys did the gayest didgeridoo ass bullshit imaginable, and then you're not gonna clap for Love FM? Go fuck yourself with that. You know what I mean? So they gave him like a few sympathetic claps, and I fucking got cheered for him. Right? And I was like, after
you should have grabbed the didgeridoo and did like the most honking fucking didgeridoo, like a war horn, like.
I'd say I'd stick it up the guy's ass, but I think he would like that.
Fucking queer.
But anyway, that was my experience. And you know what? To this girl, I was trying to rack my brain for her name after I told you that. I remember her name was Simone, right?
Oh, stop.
What a hipster name, right? Anyway, so shout out Simone. I hope she doesn't hear this. I hope she, whatever. But
maybe she'll remember. You know, she can't deny your logic in the assessment.
You know what? To her credit, I was like, that was fucking gay. And she's like, as soon as we get in the car, I was like, that was the gayest fucking shit I ever seen. I was like mad. I was like, how dare you fucking fag you sorry, I'm trying not to say that. How dare you queers like clap for didgeridoo and then like laugh at Love FM? Get the fuck out of here. I was mad. I was incensed about what happened. Right. And of course she had to stay. She's like, no, that was but then she did it. She's like, you know what? That guy really wasn't that bad. You know, I don't know what the deal was. I don't know why they reacted like that. So she was like on his side. She liked it too. So
that's the thing. Everyone likes it, but they're like, yeah, there's a problem. They have a problem. If everything's good, somehow good and pure, they have to question it. They have to say, ooh, I don't know. Is that it? They have to like, if something is too straightforward on its sleeve in its artisticness, let's say.
Yeah.
You know?
He had he had a little alien bobblehead on his synth thing. Yeah, it was weird. He was silly, right? But he was the only one that had good music that actually sounded something like music. And the rest of these weirdos just made a bunch of fucking slop and they acted like they're the shit. And then this guy. So I was mad about, and I went away from that experience like, I hate art. I hate art people. I hate whatever this is my enemy for the rest of my life. So
right.
like,
and I can see how you would think that. Yeah. Yeah. And exactly. And you're probably right. You're absolutely right in that assessment. I think you had some other further comments about that we perhaps won't go into about her usefulness or otherwise in regards to placing her lips upon your.
No.
Okay, we won't talk about that.
No.
But I just remember the whole reason why you probably even went into that is because I left you a voice message and I happened to be listening to fucking ZZ Top Velcro Fly.
Oh yeah.
You're like, is that 80s ZZ Top? I was like, yeah. That's
what
started it, isn't it? That's funny. I didn't even realize that till now because I didn't know that Love FM was like that kind of vibe. I mean, that's cool. Who is this genius? Is there any way to find him and like?
I can't even remember what his fucking name was. It was
what year are we talking for this shit?
We're talking 2008.
Oh shit! Well, not that. It could be on the internet somewhere.
2009.
It could be on the internet somewhere. I remember around that era going like, this is back when you would still. I don't know. Does this still go on? I don't think it does. I don't notice it here, but I mean, you do notice it here because you see trad bands. You go into pubs and you see Irish trad music. But like you'd go to a place and someone would be playing live music. And I remember there was a place when I was living in Halifax in Canada, and there was always be different bands would come through. And I remember seeing this one band that were so good. I still remember them. The guy was playing fucking the Vibes. You remember the Vibes? You know what the Vibes are? It's like a giant xylophone. It's like a giant xylophone, like a stand-up xylophone, like a fucking big enormous thing. And he's like hitting them with the like it's sort of jazzy thing, right? But it was all very it was like Beach Boys, jazzy, mellow music. But it was so amazing.
I love Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah, me too, yeah. Yeah. So it was like that. It was like super fucking... And it was so good. I still remember it to this day, just randomly sitting in this bar, like wasted, and hearing this random band. And like, I never knew their name or probably nothing ever happened with them. Because it was already pretty late in the game to be playing the fucking Vibes and getting away with it, I guess. These are the kind of things that got swallowed, just like us, they get. Although we have a resilience that they don't have, maybe, perhaps, because we know that the game is out rigged against us. Where they just think innocently that they can make it in an old school way just by being genuine and not being aware of the entire system being completely against them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that we are sort of defiant. As you said, we're like, not favored by distribution or anything else. And you have to, if you have that awareness, it's something else. You're kind of doing it for you're still doing it for the original reasons, but you have a weapon in a revenge weapon tied in with it, where even if you only reach a certain amount of people, it's still like, it's like Love FM or the Vibes guy. You're intentionally just like playing away in the darkness. But you're not going to stop no matter what they do.
Yeah.
And
you just gotta. A lot of these guys just like love for it. I mean, they just want to do it because they love it. They just I think there's just certain people that are just driven to create it and to create whatever it is that they're creating. And if they don't do that, it feels like something is rotting in them, you know?
Well, that's how I feel, and I'm sure that's how you feel.
Yeah.
That's what we were designed to do, and that's the end of it. You know.
Yeah.
That's the end of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, some people are like that. There used to be a facility for such people, and it should exist in society, but it's not there because the art has been completely taken over by people that use it for political ends. That's why everything's ultimately political, I guess. But like the whole conversation, like at the time we were talking about in relation to that was high art versus low art.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, right? Because there's the whole concept of lowbrow art versus academic art, or and it's confusing and complex, but it is true. And your conclusion, I remember at the time, was if it's bourgeois, it's shit. If but like, so for instance, like say your Love FM guy, he's probably perfectly legitimate original artist in every imaginable sense, yet he gets passed over, and it's not for academic reasons, but for reasons that he would be like to those pretentious hipsters, he would have been considered lowbrow or something like that, right? That's probably at some level that was going through their mind, something like that. He's not, this sort of thing. Yeah, like I don't know. What do you have to say about it? Because
you're probably going to disagree with me, but the distinction between what is high and low art is determined by who is in control of the high art. Right?
Why would I disagree with that?
Because I would guess that you probably have you probably believe that it's just this is speculation that you would probably consider what makes high and low art something external to what people perceive it as.
I do think that. Yes.
Yeah.
But whatever it is a bit of a mystery. Like, how would you explain even Love FM guy? How would you explain why it's good? You can reference it to these other things, but like, because it's whatever it is good that's good about the art. It transcends both the level of complexity or money or anything else in some ways, right? It's like you have been impacted somehow emotionally, right? Or something like this. Like sort of like, how do you describe it?
Yeah,
it's not easy.
There is we'd have to break down what is the nature of the quality of goodness in art, like what makes it good to us. You know what I mean? And obviously the severity of goodness within the art determines to us whether it's, great or excellent or, whatever. But it's hard to say. I think a better categories would be like academic art versus folk art. I think would be better categories.
Right. Maybe that's, yeah.
That might just be my modern perception because I associate high art with something that should be associated with like mastery and excellence, but it's not. And low art to be made by people that are journeymen or traditional. You know what I mean?
Yes, but okay, this is where I think there's a confusion that we must, if we really want to examine. If we look at historically, you might say the low art would have been the beautiful, beautiful fucking historic cottage of the average person, and the mansion, the castle of the prince, right? And there would be, at least then, you can say legitimately a level of sophistication and precision in the prince's castle. And as beautiful as the folkish cottage is, both were related, and there was a kind of high, like I said earlier. Actually, I think before you came on, I referenced Mozart. Let's say, like, would you appreciate Mozart, Beethoven, these guys? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I mean, I was, you know,
Yeah.
Bach and those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can see the art in it. You can see that and that's as sophisticated high art, and you can't argue it. And like anybody, you know, it transcends any boundary of any class or anything else. But like there is in that sense, I think back then, despite other class issues, at least art in terms of art, it was kind of, I don't know, a bit more straightforward. So since we have the modernism and the pretentious art of these jagoffs and shit, that it's very easy to look at the academic art and say this is all bullshit and is garbage. But regardless of that, in anything, but as you see with the Peasant's Cottage, or in, you know, heavy metal music, or any, you know, you can also look at, say, punk rock music or prog rock music, of which we both might like a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Right. You can appreciate both. You can see
course.
there's kind of a sophistication at one end and the brutishness or the more straightforward kind of simplistic approach at the other. So there's that element as well. So all these various keep all that in mind, because the implementation of modernism is something else. It's like a fake idea of what academic art is, which is like, I'm painting my balls, or look at this white canvas, isn't it stimulating? And there's this fakeness that shouldn't be there. So in a more traditional sense, there is an idea of but even then, what constitutes art, from like, because the most basic but beautiful peasant's cottage, well built by a single guy, and unique and intriguing and personal, right, can be better than a giant palace that's kind of cheesy and you know, a bit over the top, or kind of
Brutalist.
ill considered aesthetically, let's say, right?
Yeah.
So there's always an element to art of that feeling. This is why, like, if you look at, say, cult movies, that's why we bring up music like metal and cult movies and shit, right? If you look at Mad Max, or the Mad Max sequel, was it The Road Warrior, Mad Max 2?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how would you consider that? Like, that's high art, but it's this juvenile, violent, you know, car crash movie, you know, but it's fucking high art, is it not? Like, how could anyone deny that? The genius of it.
Yeah. So you're like, this is another thing. Are we defining high art by like the mastery of the craft, or are we defining it by the uniqueness of its conception?
Well,
You
because
know what I mean?
Mozart and Bach and Beethoven would be nothing without their inherent creativity, right? So they can be as pretentious and intricate as they want, but they had to be that type of person, right?
Yeah.
So
And
there's some more.
like I can't tell you how many like technical like tech death bands and you know what they call like math,
yeah.
you know, whatever, that are just
Yeah.
like, this is just fucking slop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Laser guitar sweeps and 30-second notes and fucking gravity blasts and like all this shit. It's like, I would rather listen to the first Obituary album, which is nothing but power chords. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I saw Obituary not long ago, and they were still fucking amazing.
Were they?
They were so good. They're older than us, and they were like, still had all their fucking long hair and everything, and it was so good. I was really impressed, very impressed, I must say.
Yeah, that was in my opinion, when it comes, that's a whole other conversation. But I think that's the best era of death metal, and I think after that, like there's like later bands that I like, but
you know, there's even ones now that I kind of like, but it's usually this obscure kind of shitty, like it'll be a band that's so ridiculous that like the vocals are really up front, and there's like the noise in the background is almost like a clownish circus sounding thing. I don't know. I've heard some. I just love the devotion to scaring the hose and like being as, you know, almost like putting as much work into being not as shit as possible. Because this is the bizarre thing that I'm talking about. Like, you know, like what is the quality to the art? in a real connoisseur, someone like us, let's say, who appreciates anything sort of cult and has the joy in it, and it can be sophisticated, or it can be fucking pretty brutish. Like, what is the quality? Some quality. It's like you hear or see something, and I suppose you understand the reference points the person is trying to, and what he's trying to achieve, and appreciate the work he's put into it, and as well as the bizarre, unique flavor, which sometimes can be a bit over the top or whatever. But even then, you're like, hey, he's really gone for it there.
Well, so my opinion is that art, like the goodness in art, the part of art that we like is completely pre-rational. I would say that it's just got the sauce. It's an unspoken, unnameable thing that it has an essence, a quality to it that we just can't really put words on. We just know that it's the sauce. Like, because we don't when you hear a song, it becomes your new favorite song. If you're like, me, I'm sure Brennan, you're like this too. You don't have a favorite song. You have there's you hear an album, and there's a couple songs that you get obsessed with. You listen to it 1,000 times over.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
You just get fucking obsessed with it. And,
oh shit.
There's what goes into that. You don't rationally justify why that's good. It's just in the moment you're like, it grabs you, right? There's a pre-rational, experiential quality to it that it thrusts itself upon you, and then post hoc you justify why you like it. Oh, well, I like this bridge. I like the way this riff sounds. I like the tone. I like this. I like that. But there's not really a reason. It just has the sauce.
Well, and yeah, the sauce. And you and I know this from doing it ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Is that you have to approach it with all certain things in place, and even then it may not work out. But every now and again, for whatever reason, it completely works out, or something happens, some other incidental other quality enters it. All you can do is follow the recipe. In regards to that, it's incredibly important that you that you stay true to yourself and avoid the sellout, and avoid all those old tropes about being an artist, that you must observe all of them, and even then you may suck. You could suck for a long time, or mostly, but even then you'll have, because and no one's ever consistently great all throughout either. They just have they have little moments in this and that, and you always have to take chances. But then again, sometimes taking chances, as it seems to after everyone achieves success, and when they take chances after success, it often goes badly and they make poor choices. The sellout seems to come. Success seems to ruin a lot of them.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that's about.
I think that some of it has to do with a lot of people, once they get a lot of money and everything gets comfortable. And I'm not one of those people that think that, oh, well, suffering creates art. I actually think the opposite. The poorer and the more miserable and the shittier you are, the less time you have to make cool stuff. Rich people make beautiful art all the time. That, it's just the quality of the soul of the person. But I think that once, especially if you come from, a middling or mediocre financial place and you elevate to wealth, that it kind of sucks the joy out of it. Plus, I think people just fall out of love with it. I don't know. I think some people just lose their spark. Some people, and I think it depends on the person. There's guys that when they get older, they just kind of lose it and they don't want to do it no more. And then there's people that once they get older, they get the spark that they didn't have when they were younger. It's just it depends. It really depends on the person. It depends on I don't think there's one thing that we could say why, but it does seem to be a trend, doesn't it?
Well, you do have to be being true as you can to yourself. This is why it kind of relates to shitposting and being it does. There's it's, you got to be you have to be expressing what you believe is true. And you have to be into it, and you can, because anybody, you have to, Everyone has to feel the emotion in it of your true intent, and you have to be. I don't know that you can fake that kind of thing. When you fake it, you get these boy bands and the bullshit that we, you know, you get the bullshit.
Yeah.
So it does relate. I mean, everything. Before you came on, I was talking about how art. I think I was a little bit. I think I was talking about how art relates to politics, and that you inevitably end up shit posting and all that shit, even though it seems inappropriate when you're just trying to grift your brand or whatever. But it does relate. It always, especially in the modern world, especially with the collapsing reality of fucking modernity as we're living through it right now. It's like culminating a little bit, but there's no art without being truthful. That's why censorship and political correctness was the death knell of art, most notably in movies, I think. And people really did notice this, because that was such a popular form of entertainment, and still is. And where everyone just noticed that you can't just add a girl and make it gay to everything and every old story and remake it and do it over and over again, and like there's no truth in it. There's got to be that truth, striving for truth, I guess. I don't know, maybe that sounds gay.
It's a little gay.
But the truth is, well, how does it sound gay?
I don't know. I just see.
It sounds gay. You're right. It does sound gay. But
I think when you're like the truth of like authenticity, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, people smell inauthentic stuff. This is why you mentioned boy bands. I don't know if you've heard any like the 90s boy bands since that era. Like obviously I was a metalhead. I hated that shit with
Jesus. No, I have not.
Like it's like with millennial nostalgia marketing, I hear it a lot now. I hear like the Backstreet Boys or whatever. And then I'm like, that is actually so much better than the slop. Now it's like even the old slop was better than the now slop.
Oh yeah. The Backstreet. What's that song? Dun, 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 dun.
That was catchy. Everybody.
Yeah, I wonder if I could have figured out the bass. No,
that was catchy. Like, I didn't listen to it. I don't have the album.
Yeah, but it was shit. I remember that was happening.
The shit from our era is like kind of good now. You know what I mean?
New Kids on the Block was the first one. Remember that? New Kids on the Block. I remember.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, fucking New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember fucking Marky Mark?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a load of shit. It's still a load of shit. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking. What was Good Vibrations?
What was that one? I don't know that one.
You remember Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
Oh, I only peripherally. I remember him rapping while he's lifting weights and shit like that.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah, that's it. Good Vibration.
Yeah. So, like, you also have that. You have the obvious, like, sellout tier shit where there's, like, a bunch of gay wiggers and shit. Right? Marky Mark. It would have been, like, beyond even posers of our time. That's just like, okay, look at it in the metal sense, where you have a poser was the guy that was just doing shit for chicks because he knew there was an acceptable level where he would make a lot of money. Right?
Yeah.
Right. And that was always, he would be remembered as a poser. The Poisons and the so forth. Fucking Kip Winger. Or whoever. Right?
Poison is from my area.
Oh, shit. No, don't even talk about that.
Yeah, they're from my area.
Although I remember the guitar riff to Unskinny Bob was notoriously hard to play. I remember that. It was difficult. It was like, it was hard. It was not easy. It was like diddly diddly do. But anyways, fuck that. Fucking posers. Fuck them.
Yeah. That was it's like that music from that era that we made fun of is the. I don't know what I think it is. Just even those like slop merchants back in the day had better taste. You know what I mean? Because at least they could like put together everybody and like they put that shit together. Now it's like you hear this shit's completely like bereft of any sort of anything.
Yeah. Well, I think they learned that they don't have to even like. Okay, first they learned they don't have to scout talent and like find a talented band. Like before, they would like searching for, Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, etc. Then they realized they could actually just produce the bands. They could hire players and become the band. And then they realized, I think, that whatever they played on mainstream was imbibed. And that was it. And that was the end of it. It was really like it doesn't matter what you can play any fucking thing, and if it's on all the stations, it'll be bought, and that's it. So that was the end. That was the end, I think.
Yeah.
So for people that are fans of art, there is, everything we've been talking about sounds pointless because there's so many avenues and conundrums and difficult parts to it, but it's an important question, I think.
Are you familiar with do you hear that the 1996 Telecommunications Act?
Yes, is that what the guy from fucking thing was talking about? The what's the band? The bald guy from fucking that
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Yeah. I talked about this on Culture Dad some years back. This is what really killed like the kind of the music culture we had once upon a time, right? So it was a amendment to the Communications Act of 1934, I believe, when like radios first like really started getting out there, and they signed a thing saying, hey, these radio stations belong to the localities, right? They're independent things, blah, 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 blah. So Telecommunications Act happened in 1996. It was passed by Bill Clinton, and what it did was it pretty much created like licensing that allowed companies like Viacom and AT&T and so forth to buy all the radio stations. So that's what they did. They bought all of them in a matter of like a year.
Yeah.
And so this killed the radio DJ. The radio DJ was the local tastemaker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the radio DJ was an important guy in music from 1970. I like to say the golden age of modern media is 75 to 95. That was like that's when we got the best movies. That's when we got the best albums. That's when we got the best everything.
I would cut it off. I would say earlier and sooner. I would say from somewhere in the early 60s till very early 90s. Like if 90s at all, fucking 1990. Let's say 1963 till 1990, I would say.
Yeah, but in the 90s, we got like Terminator and like some really awesome stuff.
Terminator 1? When was Terminator 1?
Late 80s, but Terminator 2 was 90s.
No, I don't like Terminator 2. That's when that was the implements. That was when CGI came into effect.
You are objectively wrong.
No, I'm objectively right. Schwarzenegger is a fucking good guy. Like in the first one, he's just a badass super killer.
Yeah.
And the second one, he's like Mr. Good Guy.
I like.
There's a scene in that movie where he shoots a bunch of people, and there's it shows him like his view on his like infrared like eyeballs, and it says numbers of dead 0, or like some gay fucking, as though he's like, no, he's not killing anybody, he's the good guy, and it was so gay. The first one he drives into a cop shop, and then walks through the fucking shooting everybody with like 2 machine guns in each hand. I mean, come on.
So I like the first one. I do like the first one better. It is It is a sci-fi horror made by a young, ambitious filmmaker early in his career, James Cameron. It was really a brilliant film that, it was great. Terminator 2 just goes hard. It is an absolute blockbuster smash. It was like one of the most badass, awesome spectacles of cinema we've ever seen.
I totally disagree. That's one of the first films I saw that I thought, it's all over. I remember that. I remember thinking, I'm older than you. I was living through more of a golden age, so maybe that would. Because I remember the computer effects and all the bullshit. Patrick, what's his name? Or with his fucking, his finger turns into like liquid.
T-1000.
Yeah, it was just gay compared to the first one.
You're so wrong.
They should never have made a sequel. Fuck that.
I'm getting mad now. You're so wrong. T-1000 goes so hard.
No, garbage.
Yeah. No.
Guns N' Roses went bad at that time. That
Guns N' Roses
kid,
was always
annoying kid, and the fucking back of the bike, the stupid fucking bullshit kid.
That was the kid from Salute Your Shorts. Let's
or
calm
from
down.
Or from what's the Nazi movie? The fucking curb stomping movie. The
American History X.
Yes.
That's a 90s movie.
Yeah. Still not as good as even the documentary on the Hells Angels, let's say, from the 70s.
Yeah, also, you're talking about the 60s. 60s movies were lousy.
No. David, come on.
Give me one good 60s movie.
Oh, shit. Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, come on.
What?
Schlock. Like, it doesn't even come close to the schlock from the 80s. Like, there's...
What?
It's
great. I love it. Or, okay, good 60s movie. Shit.
There's nothing in the 60s that even comes close to Godfather.
Well, you're right about that. The 70s was the best, yeah. I do accept that. But there was a lot of amazing 50s and 60s.
No.
There was a lot of build-up and a lot of good stuff in rock and roll and movies, for sure. Kind of like, and a lot of those weird hippie movies, like fucking... How about Phase 4?
I've never seen that.
Oh, you never saw that?
No.
Oh, that might be 70s, though. It's either late 60s, early 70s. I'm not sure. The movie about the ants. Phase 4. I was listening to the soundtrack to that recently and really enjoying it. It's a movie about ants. Oh shit.
Yeah, we got brother Tom in the chat, and he backs me up on the Terminator. He says T2 is cool. That's coming from upstairs, bud. That's coming from.
Okay, so what's cooler, T2 or T1?
It depends. It depends. They're different.
It does not
movies.
depend. T1 is cooler. It does not depend. Give me a break. No CGI, no bullshit. No Arnie is the good guy. Bullshit. Come on.
It was a good film. It was an excellent.
David,
film.
you got to see reason. Okay, look. This is not right. Not proper.
Yeah. The 80s, we get Alien, we get The Thing, we get the 70s.
Alien was 70s. Alien 2 was
79. It's an 80s movie. Come on.
Well, The Thing was 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, 80s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can tell because Kurt Russell has a little kind of fringy, blow dried. His hair is very 80s. Yeah, you can tell that. That was filmed near where I grew up in BC. In the winters, there was very much that level of snow. Not that cold though. That's the thing. It looks like it's the fucking Antarctica, but it's just like snow up to your armpits. But it's not really that cold.
Yeah.
It
in
was
90s, you get Total Recall, you get True Lies, you get
Total Recall was good. True Lies, I don't give a shit about.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Eraser.
Eraser.
What's Eraser?
It's another Arnold movie. I'm going Arnold movie.
Oh, I don't know. I don't count that at all. Is that the one where he's like fighting the crocodiles and shit?
Which one was it?
It's like the scene with crocodiles, but they're CGI, I think. And there's like
you just hate CGI, is what it comes down to.
I do. I always did, yeah. I really do, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
really
80s is the best. But it's part of the golden age. Golden age, in my summation, 75 to 95. How many
I
great
definitely
metal
would-
albums came out between 90 and 95? A lot.
Like what?
Like half of like all of Metallica's best albums, pre-Black Album,
90s, 95? What?
1990 to 1995. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way. No.
Yeah, hold up.
I was the first Metallica I heard was Justice for All, and the first concert I ever saw, and that was in the 80s, late 80s.
All
I
right,
went and saw him, but I saw Justice for All tour in Spokane, Washington.
Okay.
So
We're good.
Right.
The louder sounds 100 best metal albums. It was scroll. Death, Spiritual Healing, Deicide, Entombed, Painkiller, Rust in Peace, Cowboys from Hell, Seasons
That's
in
all
the
garbage.
Abyss.
It's all garbage. That's garbage.
No! Oh!
It's not fucking P cells or
Blessed Are the Sick.
Death.
Come
I mean,
on.
Death is okay, but I don't know. Are you that big a fan of Death?
Yeah, I do like Death quite a bit. My favorite Death album is Sound of Perseverance. Fear of the Dark.
Right.
Vulgar Display of Power. Don't even try that with
No. 80s. By the 90s, by the time Pantera really came around, it was kind of over. That's when they started with the fucking skater shorts and the I've got so much integrity. And then they dropped the whole fucking satanic metal militia shit, which was the best shit.
Cannibal Corpse, The Bleeding.
That kind of shit only came back around with black metal, and black metal got it right for a long time, and that was good. So that was another example of a cult thing kind of breaking its way through the fucking membrane.
Oh, At the Gate, Slaughter of the Soul.
I often think in the modern sense, shit posting is all we have in terms of like a creative explosion through the membrane. It was Terence McKenna who I recall describing as, what did he describe this as? What was it? I can't remember what he was talking about, but he described it as something forcing its way into reality in front of you and kind of like, and then retreating. And that's the way I see, like, when you see, like, again, when you see something and you know it's creative, artistic, intelligent, unique, you sense it, whatever the fuck it is. And at this point in time, it's very difficult to do so in music, and to hold on, even holding on to music and movies is perhaps nostalgia, if things have truly moved on in that sense, as these things do. It's possible. But you can be anytime you're being creative. It's like not just like memeing or shit posting, but in anytime you're doing something edgy, frankly, but in a proper, intelligent way, like Terminator 1. Like, it's so edgy, like he's going to fucking kill everybody.
Your whole chat is revolting right now.
What's that?
Your whole chat is in revolt.
Are they? I don't even read those cocksuckers. What are they on about?
Yeah.
What do they say?
Hold up. Now I'm mad. Dude, this is a turbo normie hipster take to disregard the 90s. Listed all the good albums.
I don't disregard them, but come on. The idea that Terminator 2 is a patch on Terminator 1 is garbage.
Tom says Pantera based. ML Wiz says Cowboys from Hell Squeezes in the Abyss garbage.
Is the beginning of the end. Of the end. Yeah,
no.
It is.
No.
All that stuff that came from fucking what's the original band what Tom Warrior had before fucking
Venom.
Celtic Frost? What?
Venom.
No, before Tom Warrior is from Celtic Frost.
No, I thought
but he had a band before that. And that was like the original. There was an attitude to metal in the 80s of, I guess, evil, or how would you describe it? It's there, even in like the, suicidal tendencies and shit like that, or like there was a kind of like a sense of like evil. I don't know.
Oh, Hellhammer? Hellhammer?
Hellhammer. That's it. Hellhammer. Yeah. Hellhammer. And there's like and even later on, that kind of inspired the black metal stuff. And that's something. It's nothing to do with Pantera or like that kind of skater shorts bullshit. It's like something else. It's like evil, kind of intentionally shitty sounding. I don't know. There's a purity to it, anyways. That's true metal. To me, that is better. Yes. You can hear it on even mainstream things like the first Metallica album or
the best Metallica album is Ride the Lightning. Actually, Master of Puppets, I would say.
Yes. So on both of those, I would say that attitude is there. You see what I mean? It's all about like death, and it's not like Pantera is more about, I don't know, how do I describe it? To me, something's missing anyways in the 90s stuff. There's no 90s version of, I mean, if there's a 90s version of Master of Puppets, it's a black metal thing, and that's possible, yes.
I'm not black metal. I think black metal is overrated.
I like it. I do like it. No, Bathory and stuff, there's a lot of good black metal.
Bathory's good. I like Satyricon. I like some of the early Immortal stuff.
Yeah,
but
all that stuff, yeah. I do like it, yeah.
I like it.
No, I do like it.
Tom's saying the whole hardcore punk influence improved metal. Yeah, we got into American crossover and thrash and stuff. That was, Anthrax, Slayer, freaking, let me think.
Slayer started out very satanic and very evil in that sense, right? You must admit.
Let me think. Where's some of my other favorite thrash bands? Fucking who's Bobby Blitz? Elimination.
Overkill.
Overkill.
Yeah.
I love Overkill.
Overkill is fucking excellent. Nobody. That's a forgotten band that nobody appreciates enough. That's fucking over. That's a pure 80s band. Yeah, Elimination. Like, look at that. Elimination right there. The video, the music. There's no 90s comparison to that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's a purity to it of like their hearts are on their sleeves. It's like fucking Love FM, right? Yeah. And look at them. No, you can't deny it. Where Pantera is more like playing off that in a like, I don't know. They're post that somehow. They're kind of like, you know what I mean? They think that's not that they think it's cheesy, but it's, I don't know. Again, it's so hard to describe, especially when I'm now like somewhat drunk.
Yeah.
It's too hard for me to describe. But you know what I'm talking. Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But
you're wrong about Terminator 2. You're wrong about everything.
No,
David, you're wrong.
You are wrong. You are in your hipster bag right now.
Wrong, but wrong.
You put on the wrong hood.
Okay, but even you admit the 80s stuff is better, yes?
You have donned the incorrect mantle.
I've not.
Your coif is improper.
You can martyr me. You can crucify me as
you cur.
From my ashes will grow the seeds of the correct way.
You wear falsehood, knave. But no.
Yeah, a Pantera man wouldn't wear a hood. He wouldn't dress as one of the zombies from fucking the Omega Man. He would be like Mr. fucking I don't know what. Although, I mean, I do like Pantera. Oh, all things aside, like, I do like it. It's just like, I don't think it's the best. I think there's better, Anyways, maybe I should let you go. I should probably go. We should go.
We're coming up on 2 hours. We're just like arguing about. We did have a topic. We were starting to get into some intellectualisms about high versus low art, and then we just started arguing about metal.
Well, no, but that was integral to it. I mean, shit. It was integral. Oh, shit. Difficult. It's not like it was inconsequential or like a tangent that was not related, because it was, in a way.
This is what happens when you get metalheads in the same room, Bub. It's just the way that it works. Even though we're like fucking, in our 40s and we're gonna be like
50.
What's that?
I'm like 50. I'm an old man. I'm a very old man.
You're 50?
I'm almost a senior fucking citizen. That's why I know the shit from the 80s. That's why I was a little kid in the 70s and I grew up in the 80s.
Oh, dang.
See, I'm that much a little bit older than you, right?
Yeah, you are
That's
older
why
than me.
I feel it a little bit more. I remember it.
Well,
I
the
remember how it was.
the heavy metal spirit has kept you in a youthful quality.
Probably, yes. And again, it's the truth of it. I don't pretend things aren't true. I never do. I try not to.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
we got all the metalheads. East Coast death metal scene, Death, Ripping Corpse, Hate Eternal, Deicide, Obituary. Yeah, that's all good stuff.
I do like DSI, and I do like fucking. I love Obituary, obviously, and what's the Corpse? I love Cannibal Corpse. I don't know Ripping Corpse.
Yeah, yeah.
Death is good. Yeah, I do like Death.
The early Deicide stuff, like what is it? We are the ones. Air shall rule again, dead by dawn. Bro, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, Glenn Benton, that was his name. Yeah, I'm sure it's still around somewhere. Shit, he must be. Usually they are. That's what I couldn't believe about fucking Obituary when I saw them, is that they were. You wouldn't even know they were like, they're obviously older than me, but you wouldn't have known they were old guys. They all had their fucking long hair and they were all just headbanging and going crazy. They could have been a young band, except they. The reason I knew they weren't a new band is that they were excellent. But anyways, listen, David, let's shut her down. So we talked about your book. We talked about this and that. Right?
Wonderful, wonderful conversation as always. Guys, listening, I have this book that I wrote for all your wives, your girlfriends. So it's going to be out in a couple days. I'm going to send Brendo the link to put in the description. You guys go buy a copy and give it to your missus. See if she likes it, right? So we're making stuff for the ladies now. So we're you can't beat it. That's right. Mr. Russ says you can't beat it. You just can't beat it. So go over there, get yourself a copy of Silver Lake Terrace for the ladies in your life. Or maybe you can give it a read too. I guarantee you there's stuff in there you're gonna like, right? And like always, dude, the Bizarre Archives, go over to our Substack at theobelisk.substack.com and go check out all of our great articles. Go check out our books on Amazon. I keep trying to say Amazon. But other than that, you check out my other podcasts over at Culture Dads. That's Culture with a K, culturedads.com. Get signed up to Gumroad. You get so many great perks. These hardback copies of the Imperium Press catalog. So all the Western canon, all that stuff, you get Culture Dads every single week. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Speaking of stuff you can't beat, go over to hearthfireradio.com, the fortress of Folkish media. We have Brother Tom in the chat there. He's up there with Radio North Sea International. You got your boy Big Dave with the Bog, Members Bruner, Golden One, Paul Wagner, all the guys over there. All great stuff. More content you have time for. Only $12. You can't even get a pizza for that. So go over there. $12 a month, more content you got time for. Guys, we're working hard for all of you. And Mr. Brendo, thank you so much for letting me come on and yak. And I love getting on and arguing with you. It's like one of my favorite shows to do. I love getting on here. We wax philosophical. We descend into arguments. We fucking just always have an excellent time. Someday we will meet in real life and we will subject our wives to our banter late into the evening as we get drunk and retarded. So it's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what'll happen. God damn it. And God damn you to hell for fucking your Terminator 2 bullshit. Son of a bitch. Cocksucking nonsense.